Hi guys, this is the follow along hip routine. So this routine takes about 10 minutes to help mobilize your hips. First exercise is the 90-90 hip stretch. So how we do this, we get 90 degrees at the front knee, 90 degrees at the back hip, knee, and we lean forward keeping our arch in our lower back. This is a started timer now, so it's 1 minute. We want to feel a stretch on the front leg glute. To help improve that stretch, use your hand that's on the ground, you can't see it in this side, push it actively into the ground. It'll help keep the middle of your chest over your leg. From here, make sure you try and keep an arch in your lower back. If you have a look in the video, you can see my back is very, very neutral. This is the ideal position to stretch out the piriformis muscle. Try not to let the knee come up, it'll take you out of the stretch. So, knee come up, you want to keep it down, pressing into the ground, leaning forward as much as you can. Try not to round your back and get lazy. We want to keep an arch in your back, move as far forward as we can. This is going to help carry over things like pancakes and some of the other stretching protocols that we're going to try and achieve later on down the track. So after holding this for a minute, we're simply going to swap over to the other side. So 5 seconds left. Pause. Remember when we're doing this stuff, guys, it's slow, relaxed breathing. When we breathe in, get in position, so 90 degrees, 90 degrees, 90 degrees, chest up, pushing into the ground, leaning forward. What we want to try and do with our breathing is when we inhale, we want to have a 360 degree expansion of the rib cage so all parts move out. And we want to just gradually drop a little bit further into the stretch, making sure that we can keep our quads, keeping our quads, keeping our arch and our lower back. Our next stretch is quads. So for the next stretch, you're going to need like a chair or something, or a wall, so you can put your feet up on. It's the only piece of equipment we'll need for these stretching routines. Make sure we keep an arch in the back and that relaxed breathing. 360 degree expansion and down. 10 seconds left on this one. Nearly there. And relax. So from here, another 1 minute stretch. Quad stretch, foot up on the bench or a couch. What you're going to do, when you get up in the top position, bring your rib cage down, squeeze your glutes, and hold. We're going to go for 1 minute. Now for this one, you can change the emphasis of the stretch. Still maintain that same slow breathing in. Whole rib cage expands. If you want to stretch it out more near the top of the hip, so your hip flexor, keep down. Going forward, you bring the stretch up higher. If you want to get a little bit lower towards the knee and then the quadricep, lean back. Try and get back, tuck the hip under. Long term, we want to try and get this against a wall with our foot totally flat pointing up. So there's a lot of stretch you can get out of this one. 30 seconds left. In your quad. Make sure you keep the ribs tucked down, hip bum squeezed, okay? Holding that, you can hold on to this for support, a chair for support if you like. If you're stretching or leaning back, you may need to. Nearly there. And relax. So swap sides. Other foot up. Grab other leg forward into a lunge. Most common mistake is forgetting that. Up we go. And hold for 1 minute. Again, I'm going to lean back. That's where I get the most beneficial stretch out of this. To identify what's most beneficial, it's where you feel the stretch the best. There's no right, there are a few key principles, but there's no 100% right or wrong position for a stretch for anyone, simply because we all have subtle differences in our biomechanics. So for a lot of people, they find going forward really good, some people in the middle, some people leaning back. Halfway through, maintain that breathing pattern. And out. And in. And out. Nearly there, guys. Okay, and relax. Now from here we're going to go into our hamstring stretch. So this one, we're going to get in a kneeling position, bring the foot forward, lock out the knee, pull toe towards the head. We're going to start toeing out and just lean forward, maintaining a slight arch. in your lower back. A lot of people do the stretch and just try and bend forward. That's not really going to stretch your hamstrings out as much. Your hamstrings don't attach onto your lower back, they attach underneath here, onto your ischial tuberosity. So what we do is we maintain that arch there, and we get more of a lengthening through the hamstrings. Holding position in this kneeling position, it will help us carry over to doing a better deadlift, a better Romanian or normal conventional deadlift, because of the position that we're maintaining, and it requires a little bit of stability too. So if we're using stability in our stretching, it allows us to get control over that range of motion. Maintain the same breathing, so breathing in, 360 expansion, and you won't bend over too far in this one, it's quite hard to get over. You've got 5 seconds left, just keep that slow breathing. And relax, so knee forward, knee back, sorry, swap the legs around, lift the heel up, start the timer. Again, keeping that arch, you want to think of just lifting your chest up just a little bit to help maintain that lower back. Big breath in, slow exhale out. This stretching routine will take us approximately 10 minutes. So it's a really nice break to have throughout the day, particularly if you're at the desk all day long. I would probably do this one once a day and combine it with the low back one if you're really desk bound. If you find you're getting headaches or some shoulder pain, go to the upper back workout. They're all linked in the YouTube and on Team Builder. That's good guys, 10 seconds left. Okay, and relax. Now we're going to the relaxed lunge. So we're already in position for that. So we drop the forward, we bring the toe down this one. And from here we drop in between the leg, both hands down, slide the leg back, start time, and try and drop the back hip, towards the ground. This one you can feel opening up in your front leg, in the hip capsule underneath, and in the back leg, in the hip flexor. It's generally an overall hip stretch, so it's not targeting anything super specifically. It's a nice way to get some good hip flexion mobility though. Maintain the breathing. Good guys, we've got 12 seconds left. Okay, and swap sides. So bring the foot around, back foot relaxed, lean forward, and hold for another minute. Again, just another reminder, just to focus on breathing again. I know I harp on it a lot, but if we get our breathing just right, it allows us to get a lot deeper into the stretch and allows us to consolidate the gains of the stretch. So we maintain the flexibility, just the outcome that we're after. You can drop down a little lower if you feel comfortable. $15 seconds left. And relax. And the last one is kneeling adductor rockback. So stretch out our inner thighs. So knee bent, just drop down on it. You can have your toes bent or you have them flat, it's up to you. Bring your other leg to the side, foot straight. What you're going to do is simply rock back 10 times through here. Keep the foot in the ground as best you can and try and keep it straight ahead. If it rotates out, you'll actually take off some of the stretch. So keep it forward. Just go back as far as you comfortably can. This one shouldn't be too intense. We have a hip rotation program as well, which spends a lot more time on the adductors, getting them nice and loose. 9, last one. And 10. So from here, simply swap sides, same thing, back of the knee, foot how you want on this leg, other foot flat, pointing straight ahead, drop down, stretch. 10 repetitions. You can have a little hold at the, well, I guess the bottom. Maintain that same breathing pattern. Eight, 2 more reps, guys. 9 and 10. Okay, guys, that's the hip stretching program.